We are live here. I have a wonderful guest today, wonderful British Heather Gartside. She is, hello, Heather. Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, I'm so excited because you are so multifaceted. You have so many interesting things you're doing, from doing your virtual tours around Copenhagen weekly, where you often have up to 300 people joining you on live streams, which is super cool. I want to hear about that, your journalist background, your fashion background, and how you're making apps. So anyway, let us know, where are you, Heather, and how you doing?
Well, as you can see, I'm not in the UK anymore. I'm actually in beautiful Copenhagen. You can see just at the back of me. This is usually the number one tourist site in Copenhagen. It's a place called Nyhavn, which means new harbour. But it's, as with many things in Copenhagen, it's not new at all. It's really old.
Yeah, I guess it was new when it was built, but yeah,
Yeah.
this is really the hot spot for tourisms.
Yeah,
But
yeah. In the before the summer last year, yeah, this was absolutely heaving, particularly in this month. But now it's, as the Danes would say, it's still Orly. It's quiet and easy.
yeah, it's too quiet. I want to
Yes.
hear about your virtual tours, because this is probably one of the places where you go on your virtual tours. How does it work? What you experience? I guess a lot of people can learn a lot from you with going live and how to use your surroundings.
Yeah.
Because I
Well,
guess you use that.
yeah. Well, this was the only option, apart from me creating an app last summer. The only option to keep my career as a tour guide going was to go online and virtual, because the audience was still there, all these poor travellers who were locked down all over the world. They just couldn't physically come here, but they wanted to escape, to dream, to still have a look at the beautiful spires of Copenhagen, hear about all our fantastic sustainable energy ideas, look at the beautiful clean harbour water. I mean, we got so much going for us here. We
Yeah,
really
and
are.
we got
Sorry.
Mohammed with us. He's writing Smugge Nyhavn. Beautiful
Yeah,
Nyhavn.
yeah, let's have
Awesome to
another
have you
look.
along here.
Yeah, what I could do is actually walk down a little bit and then take you on it's almost like a simulated virtual tour, but it's just with you, Asker.
Just
And
with me and Mohammed
yeah,
and all the people that will
and
join.
Mohammed. Hello,
Yeah,
Mohammed, and all the thousands of people who will be joining us, I'm
yeah, yeah.
sure. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty impressed that you actually get to have so many people join your virtual tours. What's been the feedback? I mean, not your personal feedback to giving the presentations, but for people in general to experience Copenhagen through a live stream. What's been the feedback on that?
Uh, Truly positive. I was
Yeah.
only the second. I'm walking along now, along
Sure.
Newhound. I was only the second guide to join the company that I am working with on a freelance basis, which is called Hago, the company. But it was curiosity. You know, it was London was the other tour. The company is based in London. It's run by British and Canadian people. So it was London, and then it was Copenhagen, and the contrasts of the two capital cities, it couldn't have been more pronounced, because here we are in this totally sustainable city, which hopes to become the first carbon neutral city in the world. I'm not in camera. In 2025, which is very
Yeah.
ambitious.
Yeah.
But and so there was a curiosity from the audience at how all of a sudden I would be on a battery-powered harbour bus scooting across
Yeah.
the water. It was miraculous, and it's this fresh air thing in Copenhagen. It's amazing. You don't get dirty in the city like you do in
Yeah.
other capital cities around the world. So I think
Cool.
that's a fantastic export. Oh, out of camera.
Wonderful. We have two people with us more than Mohammed. We have AJ.
AJ.
I'm probably not pronouncing your last name wrong. AJ Shobe. Where you placed, AJ? Let us know where you are. He's asking, what is the app called you used, Heather? And then we
Oh,
have Pat with us. Heather is the best.
Pat.
Just wonderful, wonderful. Great to get a little bit of comments. So let us know. www walks. Yeah.
Right.
And we see
One
the
more time.
green footprint.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Green footprint.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah,
Wonderful. This is
www.
truly sustainable traveling, doing
Well,
it
it's
online.
walking. Yeah, and yes, I'm walking. The viewers, they're sat in their homes, all nice and warm. The weather's a bit iffy today. We've had quite a lot of
Yeah,
rain, as you know, Asker.
sure.
But
Yeah, yeah. I was
yeah.
hoping it would rain so you could sing for us in the rain like you promised.
Well, it's not
But
raining now. I'm not gonna.
that's the problem. That's the problem. Always. No, it's cool. We got the sun out.
I'll just
But yeah,
see
what are
around.
people saying? Because I mean, one thing is you could make a movie, obviously, and then we could show it, and you could show it to the audience. But what kind of experience does it feel when you are on the tour? I mean, sometimes you have to up to 300 people, and I guess not everybody can ask questions.
Yeah, well,
What does
there
it
is.
give?
Well, it's total silence. It's not like talking to lovely you in your
Okay.
nice warm home in Copenhagen. They just have comments on the screen, such as,
Okay.
and in the first 5 minutes, I say hello to everybody. So there's a connection. I can see everybody's names on the chat, and then they say hello. What's the weather like? Or where are you from, Heather? And then I can reply, I'm from the west of England, but I've lived all over the world for the past 30 years. And
Yeah.
stuff like, oh, hang on, the road.
Yeah. Well, that's such a good idea, about connecting with the people first, taking the time to connect with the audience. I remember when I started speaking, I was so much focused, I got to give them value, I got to start speaking. But now
Yeah,
over the years with more experience, yeah, chill out, connect with the audience, hear where they're from, how they're doing. I
yeah,
think that creates a more intimate bond, and really
yeah.
it helps the experience.
Yeah, and there's also
Yeah.
this thing. Oh, look at my hair! On
You
behalf
you
of
you
my
it's
hairdresser, I'm
it's you
sorry.
could go to the punk rock festival after this if it had been open. You're looking great. Don't worry.
It's Copenhagen.
Copenhagen, yeah. That's our festival. So
But
no.
yeah, and it's this connection, and I think you know this from doing all your public speaking at things. If when you're on the stage, if you can connect with people, to say, eye contact, for instance, or make that
Yeah.
person feel involved. And even with these virtual tours, if you suddenly see, I know there's my friend Pat watching now.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
If sorry, Pat, I can't see the comments on the mobile phone, but
No, but she's writing that you're wonderful, and she just wrote your name.
wonderful,
WW
wonderful.
Walks Copenhagen. And you got a fan as well, AJ. He wants to talk to you afterwards.
Oh
Maybe you can
dear.
exchange
Oh,
numbers. Anyway, I think he's interested in your app, your virtual tours. I don't know.
good.
And Mohammed is writing, hello, of course, Denmark is inspiring leader in renewable energy. Thanks for showing Nyhavn.
It really is, and that is where I want my latest app tour is. Well, I'm going over there now. It's to
Sure.
an area called Christianshavn. Just watch out for the bicycles. That's the biggest hazard.
I think when I'm
Hang on.
such a great idea with this app because you're doing your walks, but it's more profound than just showing Copenhagen. It's showing the green energy in Copenhagen,
Yeah.
trying to change the world into a greener world. For instance, the other day I heard Tesla, I heard their mission. Their mission is not to build cars, it's actually to build a world with renewable energy. But in order to make that change, we need the cars that run on renewable energy. And I see some similar trends with you. You're showing the world. You go deeper than just an app and a tour.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the young people of the world, they're shaming us older generations. I know you've got young kids, Asker. I've got
Yeah.
old kids. I've got 3 kids, and they, you know, it's their life, it's their futures at stake now, and we haven't left it in the best of states. So we've got to do what we can. You know, there's the little Swedish girl Greta, you know, telling us all off, or there's ancient David Attenborough, just, you know, beyond disbelief about how bad things are going. So instead of just sitting back and going back to our, well, I'll just show you the view.
Let's get this awesome view here.
On the bridge.
This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I used to have my own sailboat. Did you know that, Heather?
Oh.
And I would sail out through the harbor of Copenhagen. It's just so beautiful. My friends still have it. We'll book them a day.
Oh,
you know,
love that.
and you get to do a little VIP tour.
Yeah, just show you the other bit. There's one of the battery-powered harbour buses.
Yeah.
They were introduced in Christmas, just New Year, 31st of December this past year. And they're totally carbon neutral, and they're just going up and down the harbour without making lots of awful diesel emissions. It's things like that. That's what we can show people about Copenhagen. Not the Little Mermaid. She's very last century. There's the opera house.
Yeah, beautiful scenery you have found here. We got Joanne Agami Hansen. I remember her. She was on a workshop with me many years ago. Good to have you on the show. Here, Joanne. You look great, Heather, and thanks for the beautiful images. Smiley, you're getting lots of positive greetings here. This is such a good idea.
Yeah, I think we've got a wrap here going on. Go for a weekly walk. Yeah.
Not your ordinary tour or tour guide. Heather is the best. Sarah Vander Ferf. Pavar.
Oh gosh, it's
so it's a great. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, when I heard you said you were a tour guide. Yeah. Okay. You know, we're here to support each other. But when I heard you said you're a tour guide, I think you're more than that. You're a storyteller and a green, you know, entrepreneur, and you just happen to do it through showing the city. I think.
Yeah, and it was to do the app tours and these live streams. It was a way also to keep my career going, because as we all know, it's been very challenging for everybody with their careers since the virus. So it's a question of thinking out of the box and adapting and surviving. So instead of biting my nails, I trained in art schools, and one of the benefits of having an artistic education is that you're never in a box.
I guess that's the whole point. You got to get out of the box, right?
Yeah, and explain how you.
I've never seen the box though. If you find it, let me know.
Oh, well, that's good. Maybe that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Doing public speaking.
But that's what I want to ask you about. I'm curious about that, because you were living off, you know, showing people Copenhagen, telling the stories, and the thing you were doing. What went through your mind, like, because it went quite fast in Denmark, shutting down everything, like within, you know, a couple of days. How does that spark your creativity, that, you know, now this is no longer an option?
Oh, well, here we go. I sort of watched all the world leaders fall to pieces. Old Boris Johnson, you know, whatever.
Sure. He's a character. Yeah.
He certainly is. Everybody was visibly. I know this isn't a kids' show, Asker, but everybody was shitting themselves all over the world. Nobody knew quite what to do. We never expected any of this. But all of a sudden, the statistics for dolphins appearing in the canals of Venice, foxes and not foxes, deer and other wildlife were coming into the cities. The air was clean. over big stinky, over Shanghai, over Indian highly polluted cities. And I started thinking, oh my goodness, when we're forcibly made to stop, we can do it. We can clean up. We can make it a better world. So I started making a magazine called Worldwide Words. I always do difficult names for companies.
Worldwide Words. 3 W's.
These WWWs, terrible for Danes, I know.
That's your thing. Yeah.
And it was all, I got Nobel Prize scientist writing withering kind of reports on global warming. I got my yoga guru in India writing about meditation and saving the planet from within, because we're all connected. I got artists making pictures and poems and lots of stuff. And it went on for 4 editions. And then I started thinking, well, oh God, I've got to make some money, because I wasn't eligible for any compensation from the Danish government, because I hadn't been earning enough in the 3 months prior to lockdown, because it was the winter. Yeah. So I thought, well, okay, keep Worldwide Words, oh God, in my back pocket, but let's make an app. I think coronavirus made me, the epidemic, it made me very, very active.
Okay, good to hear.
Yeah, I didn't dare look around, I don't think.
I mean, you have an interesting background with someone making an app. I mean, you have a fashion background and you've done a lot of writing and journalism. So, I mean, you're not, without knowing your IT background, I'm assuming that's not your strong side.
No, it's...
And you go into this app project.
Yeah.
Amazing. And how, I mean, tell us a little bit about that, jumping in waters we don't know, and how could you use maybe the skills you have, even though you didn't have the practical nuts and bolts to do the app?
If you listen to, well, my kids, my eldest is 23 and the youngest is nearly 18. If ever I ask them anything about the internet or my phone or whatever, they say Google it. And that's what you do. That's what you do these days. You Google it. How do I make an app? So I Googled it. Yeah. So you've gone very quiet. Are you still there, Asker? Oh no.
We lost it for a moment, but this is the real life when we are experiencing because you are out in the real world with obviously not Wi-Fi. No problem. We got a few more comments here, and then we can kind of get back to the app thing.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, it's because
you're back. I just want to read the comments, and then we talk about your app project, how you get started. He's writing, a lot of companies, Tesla, DSB, Carlsberg, and so on, all have zero carbon emission approaches. So great, awesome. And Mohammed, beautiful sky and sun. Today your enthusiasm's tone enhanced the background of beautiful Newhound. You got a fan, and AJ is eager to get in contact afterwards.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, let us walk us a little bit through. Great with the comments. Let us know if you are watching this. Let us know also if it's a replay. Heather, break it down for us. How do you jump into a project without knowing IT? But
Google it.
Having other. Google it.
I'm saying Google it. Probably there's some, I'm being listened in on or something.
This is the best advice I've ever heard. Google it. Sometimes the answer is just right in front of us.
Yeah, and that's what my kids said, and that's what younger people do. And all with IT, because I'm no digital native. All you can do is, I guess, like anything in life, you just have to dive in. It's good to know a few things, though. I think you can vouch for that with public speaking, can't you, Asker?
Sure. Yeah.
You don't just go out there and get fried. I think if, like, speaking to somebody like you. I know you're just about to write a book, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm writing my book now. We can get into that. I know you've written 2 books, but yeah, obviously, you want to use your skills that you're good at, and I mean, you having a background in fashion and design, I'm sure you can use that in the app, and
Yeah,
also having worked with journalism, you know how you got to look at the end user.
yeah,
Like for instance, at the moment, we have just gone over to a new app at my daughter's school, and you cannot check them in. You write the comment like all the parents have problems. Why didn't you check that? I
yeah,
mean, it's so simple. Why didn't you Google it?
yeah,
You got to make a user test with, let's say, 50 people, 100,
yeah,
at least more than 2,
yeah.
or just start with 1 because everybody's having problems. I'm sure you've done that, and that can be Googled.
You can Google your way out of it. I think we've probably lost the signal there because I'm just coming up to Christiania.
No, the signal's good.
Oh,
It's good.
I
It's
don't
good.
know if everybody watching has heard about Christiania. It's the
We,
free city of Christiania. It's a state within Copenhagen. It was squatted in 1971, and they've been there and got up the nose of the Danish government ever since. But my tour, my latest tour, it's called the CO2 Copenhagen tour, which is another difficult title, but it's all about visiting sustainable places. So
okay.
Christiania, this is well, these hippies were at it 50 years ago when they moved in here because they weren't hooked up to the electricity or had any. I'll just show you the graffiti on the wall behind me.
Yeah, it's very artistic, and
Oh, they're going to do a
there you
screen
go.
now and show my mother. Yes, but
Yeah.
but this is the place to be because they were making bizarre ways to get rid of their waste. They were making prototype windmill power, solar power, and smoking quite a lot of wacky backy. But on this tour, we're not here. I could go right
Yeah.
on the
But you're not.
CO2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not going up there because you're not allowed to film up there.
Yeah, you can't film, and we want
No,
to see the beautiful scenery, obviously.
but I'm
Um,
going up that way where it's
all
where all
right.
the locals have a lovely life. And you just saw how close I was to the centre of Copenhagen, and now I'm
Yeah.
kind of in this hippie village.
And this is just a 20 minutes walk. So, come to Copenhagen, and you
Yeah,
can actually see a lot of the central part
yeah, yeah.
within walking distance.
There's like a Buddhist stuga or something. Oh, it's coming out of my head over
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
And over here, because it was the old military barracks
Mm-hmm.
from the 1610 onwards. That's
Wow.
what they have messed up a few historical monuments, but
Okay.
had a great time, and it's not over yet.
No.
I'll keep going. There's a bit more graffiti. I don't really like graffiti, but I know a lot of people.
Well, no, that kind of graffiti right there is not the most beautiful.
It's not.
Uh,
It's
no, I mean, they're beautiful graffiti, and then there's this sort of thing we just want to have your name on.
yeah.
That's not
Well,
the pretty graffiti.
people have been making graffiti since the beginning of time, haven't they?
Well,
Really,
I
that
think it's kind of similar to dogs. They have to pee their territory. I don't know if it's that kind of graffiti.
yeah,
Uh, but
somebody
yeah,
filming the graffiti here. I've just ruined their picture. Oh
well, we'll
dear.
see.
But
Yeah, cool, Heather. So interesting to hear all your stories. I want to ask you a little bit about your 2 books. Because I know
oh,
you've written a lot. You worked a lot as a journalist, so you've written your 10,000 hours. You know how to get things down on paper. So anybody, I mean, I've read a statistics. It's probably not true, but I think there's something to it. Like 80% of people want to write a book, but only 1% end up doing it. What do you think is like reason why those people that want to write a book, they don't get to finish it or even get started?
Well, it takes courage, Asker. Oh, we'll put it another way: balls to write a book,
Okay.
and to be a bit well, very single-minded. You've got to sit down. You can't go off partying or playing. Lockdown is the perfect time to,
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of books are coming out.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's discipline and it's grit.
Yeah.
I've said many things now, but I suppose the bottom line is perseverance and grit. Just you're going to do it, and you're going to give birth to a book or a piece of art or a literature of any kind. You can't just dream it. You've got to do it.
You got to put it in the calendar. That's what you're saying, and be disciplined to
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I find these days, maybe because I'm getting older, I wake up insanely early.
Okay.
My poor dog, she's like, oh no, go back to sleep, you crazy old cow, sort
So
of
the
thing.
other tip is get a dog and get up early.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's it's like 4:30 or it was 5
Oh,
this morning. I've had a lie in, but I work then, or else I go off and jump in the sea and do some winter
yeah.
bathing. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the thing as well. How do you do it? Do you write like many, let's say, half-hour streaks, or do you do like many hours and then you wait a few days, or what's like? How do
Uh,
you get? What's the
I,
process of actually putting on a paper
it's like
when you're
any
there?
kind of business. You business jobs. You've got to schedule.
Yeah.
So I put it in my calendar, and I put that morning. If I
Hmm.
start at, God, I sound insane, at 4:30, I'll
Yeah.
wait until I have to kind of start banging on my kids' doors to wake them up to go to online school or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a good old chunk, and everybody else has been asleep. But it's quiet time, and so I think I try every morning to get a little bit done. And lately it's been the look, a nice bit of view coming up.
There we go. Where are we now, Heather?
We're just going over. It's called Düsselborn. It's a
Okay.
old military bridge which
Yeah.
connects the ramparts. It's a proper history tour, this now. The ramparts of King Christian the Fourth's. It's the battlements of his fortifications on Christianstown, which were put here to keep those damn Swedish people out, and the British.
Yeah. And the British. You guys
I'm
weren't too nice to us always, but yeah. Anyway, and we got Mohammed. He's writing, of course, skills from a legacy like fashion can be transferred to other legacies. Link architecture, app design. When you understand requirements and criteria in each legacies. I think that's so true. What he's writing is you got to understand people and what they want.
Yeah.
And I
And
think people forget that.
it's the creativity. It's that gene that kind of surfaces for many things. It's probably a bit windy now, but
It's a bit windy now, but it's cool. We got a beautiful view.
just
Yeah.
over there,
Beautiful.
I don't know if you can see.
We can see the building. There's some where they're going to be building stuff.
No,
It's Wuhan, right?
it's
You're pointing at? Where?
I'll get out to the wind a bit. It's
Okay.
Copenhagen.
Go. That thing.
Yeah.
Let us know where you are sitting at, Mohammed. You're saying, I miss Denmark. You make me cry by showing such a beautiful part of Copenhagen. Where are you at? Let us know. I want to hear. So who knows? Maybe you can do a virtual tour with Heather from your place.
Stream through. It's called Hago.
Hago.
Right, I'm just HEYGO.
Yeah.
But otherwise, my battery's nearly out.
Yeah. You use a lot of battery when you're out on the go. Heather, it's been truly wonderful. if people want to connect with you more and know more about your virtual tours and also hopefully soon in-person tours in
Yeah,
Copenhagen, where should they go? And if they want to know more about your app, obviously as well.
hang on.
This
It's
is, can you hold it
stepping
still for a moment?
stepping
Stepping,
towards
yeah,
a green future for travel. Oh,
yeah.
oh, this is.
Heather,
Oh, that's useless. It's
it's your name. If people Google you, they will find it, right?
Oh, the websites, Facebook and Instagram. It's all called www Copenhagen. Hang on, I'll just see.
Copenhagen. Yeah,
www Copenhagen, and the app's called www Walks.
walks. Yeah, that's so cool, Heather. I mean, I've really enjoyed it. You have inspired me by the tour. Your great advice, and it's lovely to hear about Copenhagen. I'm a Dane, right? I've lived here for Copenhagen almost 20 years, and having a British wonderful woman come here and show us beautiful Copenhagen, so great. Heather, it's been a true pleasure. You have some
Sustainable
final words?
Copenhagen. Yeah, that's the way forward for the future for tourism here, I think, by telling everybody about all the fantastic sustainable things we do. Look at those hippie houses in the background.
Yeah, it's looking great. We could be going on for hours, Heather,
Well, I
but
can't.
what? In the car. But anyway, I'll leave you for now. Thank you so much for the tour and everything, and I hope people will contact you to know more about what you do. All right,
Brilliant.
take care, everybody that listened in and wrote a comment.
Okay, and thank you for the opportunity, Asker, and good luck with the book.
Pleasure. Thank you. I'll write you because I need help.
All right.
Yeah, good.
Okay,
Keep
then.
up. Yeah.
Bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.